We decided to go to Pine Top, Arizona for the week of 4th of July. The adults were back at the cabin, and Steve gets a call from his daughter. He said, "So everyone's okay?"
When we first got to the scene, it was worse than I expected.
We came around a bend, and the first thing that we saw was the golf cart tipped over.
We really just didn't understand the intensity of the situation of what happened until we walked in and saw our kids.
Seaton's shirt was completely ripped off, huge road rash on his back, his legs, his arms, same thing with Luke.
My daughter had flesh coming off her feet. It was unimaginable.
The first day that we had to change their bandages was a nightmare. Hyperventilating, it was screaming, it was level 10 pain, it was horrible.
When Seaton Underwood presented to our team, he had second and potentially third-degree burns to several parts of his body.
Seaton ended up spending 6 days in the hospital, and they would come and change his bandages every day. The anxiety that Seaton experienced leading up to these bandage changes, it was all he would think about.
I had reached out to a friend who's a nurse practitioner, and she helped change out Mackenzie's feet for the first time. Her tendon was exposed, the flesh was pulled back. We started changing Mackenzie's wound care from soaking her feet into this wet to dry process where we would change her bandages twice a day. We started to see her face and her eyes filled with tears and clinch and say, "Mom, don't pull, don't pull." And we knew we couldn't just continue with that.
One of the burn doctors told us they were gonna try a different type of bandage. This new bandage would eliminate the daily bandage changes that were so painful. We would be able to leave the bandage on for 5 to 7 days.
Mepilex Ag, once applied, can be left in place and stays effective for several days. This prevents us from changing that dressing again and again every day. So not only it will help with the wounds, but actually helps a lot in decreasing that painful event that happens every day.
The wound care team applied the Mepilex Ag product to his entire body where the wounds were. He was like a brand new kid. There was no pain. We just knew at that point that we were gonna get to go home in the morning.
With the Mepilex AG, he didn't feel any pain. They didn't have to put on the Silvadene cream. He was actually able to lay on his back. That was the turning point for us in this entire process.
Doctors were thinking there was a 50-50 chance he was gonna need a skin graft. Once we started using the Mepilex AG, that was completely off the table.
We first heard about Mepilex AG from Nick and Laura.
From the very first change, we immediately noticed a difference. And not only that, it wasn't a dreadful time.
It's nice now that it's all over, that we can just kind of have a normal life and hang out with friends and family.
I never could have imagined that a bandage or a wound care or a dressing would have ever made a difference. I thought a bandage is a bandage is a bandage.
Mepilex AG truly is a game changer.
Mölnlycke says that better outcomes begin here. Couldn't agree more. We lived it.